Hello, fellow drummers. Stephen Roybal here with the Drum Lab. Today I thought I would talk about the Moeller technique and how you can use the Moeller technique to not only increase your power, but also to increase relaxation, increase the tone in how you hit the drum, and just to get a different type of sound. So in previous lessons, we've worked on some stroke quality, doing some upstrokes and doing things like that. Okay, so that is all kind of going to help with this lesson. Okay, so if you've done a lot of the upstroke and downstroke, okay, that is a sort of a preparatory lesson for doing the Moeller method. Okay, so we're going to use our arm, we're going to use our wrist, and there's a lot more motion and stuff going on in the Moeller. Okay, so but what I really like about the Moeller is it's really multifaceted. You can even do it on different levels. It's not necessarily always this huge hit where you're lifting up your shoulder like this and getting this monster power hit, but a lot of times it can be very subtle too. Okay, so the first key that we want to do with this is let's start thinking about our upstroke. So we were down low like this, okay, and when we tap it, we tap the pad and then we come up. Okay, so that up is good. That's good training. So now instead of tapping up like this, what we're going to do is kind of the opposite. We're still thinking up though, but what we're going to do is tap, and then we're going to start raising our elbow up like this. You see the elbow's coming up. Okay, and while the elbow's coming up, I am making my wrist completely limp. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm practicing a very loose, almost spaghetti-like grip. Okay, and this is basically a whip stroke action. It's creating a whip stroke because what the wrist is coming, the elbow, the arm's raising up. This wrist is coming up like this, and then at the end, right up here, it's coming down, and then bam. Okay, so you just get a lot of power. You can get also a very quick action. You can get very quick doubles with that too if you want to. If you want to accent like the second double stroke using a Moeller method. Okay, so you can see there's a lot of subtlety to it. But basically, the more that you practice this, it's just going to make your playing overall a whole lot better. Okay, so let's just do it with one hand at a time, and then we'll get into both hands. Okay, so take your right hand and again just tap it up, and then just make yourself limp like this. Okay, and then kind of come down like this, like you're gonna tap, like you're gonna strike the drum normally. Okay, and then at the end, I like to do a little thing like this with my wrist. Okay, so what I'm actually doing with that is if you follow the stick when it comes down, okay, the butt of the stick. Look at what the butt of the stick is doing. It's going like that. So I kind of with my wrist, I actually follow that just a little. It's just really subtle. Okay, so what that does is that creates a really nice tone. Because what's happening is the stick, in my hand, I can actually feel the stick vibrating. So there's less restriction. Now hear the difference if I just come down and hold the stick and it's, a little bit tighter. Hear the difference? So there's a lot more tightness. And if this was a drum and I was doing that Moeller stroke, very relaxed, very loose, and letting that stick vibrate as much as I can, holding it very loose in my hand, you'd hear that drum just come out and sing. Just the tone is amazing. Also the relaxation. There's much less shock going through my arm. Like doing this number for hours and hours and hours, eventually you're going to get some really bad tendinitis. So you got to, especially if you're interested in touring or you want to play live shows and you want to be like playing 4-hour shows, you've got to find a way to play that's relaxed, that is going to produce as little shock as possible in your arm. So that's why I use the Moeller method. Okay? So now you've gotten used to that up. The only thing you're going to change with this, again, is you're making your wrist limp, raising your elbow up like this, and then coming down. Okay? Now, just to help kind of get used to that, you can do this exercise on your legs too, like this. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 hits So I'm going to leave this part of my hand planted on my legs right here, and then I'm going to tap my knees, and I'm going to have my wrist cocked. So that's going to simulate kind of that little ending thing that I did down there. Okay, so I'm going to go tap, tap, and here's where I'm going to do the limp up, up, right there. And there it is. I'm practicing going limp. Now I'm going to come down and do that tap, tap, up. There it is right there. See that? Tap, tap, up. Now I'm going limp, and I'm doing this motion up here because I'm getting ready to come down. So I'm not hitting like this. I'm not doing this. It's a very fluid motion, okay? That's that. And when you do this fast, you can see physics is going to give you a lot of volume because basically you're whipping your wrist and your arm if you want to get like a whole bunch of power. It's not necessary to do all that. You know, you just do. There's lots of varying degrees of this, right? Okay? So again, tap, tap, up. Now both hands. Tap, tap, up. Tap, tap, up. Tap. All right. Thanks for watching my video. If you're interested in learning more about drumming or want to get to know me more, feel free to check out my Facebook page or my website and send me a message. Thanks for watching.